Hello and welcome to this month's edition of tSúil Dhuibhneach from our studios here in Coolleen. Well, believe it or not, last Wednesday, the 26th of October, marked a year since the idea for Scrogall TV was first conceived. And after 6 months of hard work and preparation, we started broadcasting in May of this year, and this, we are proud to say, is our 6th edition of the programme to date. But that's enough about Scrogall. This October was another busy month in Correspondent with a myriad of events held across the peninsula. Our first report comes from Dingle. The town and the peninsula has been described sometimes as a honeypot in the way it attracts tourists. However, this doesn't happen by itself, and the peninsula is tenacious in promoting the various attractions on offer. One of those is the quality of locally grown produce, which in turn leads to high culinary standard of pub grub and restaurant fare. To further promote this, the Dingle Food and Wine Festival was set up in 2007 and has been growing in pace ever since. Scrogall was on location to record this year's festivities.
Now we're cooking totally wild kangaroo here from Queensland, Australia.
So you got it all the way from Australia?
Yep.
So you don't rear any kangaroos in Dingle, no?
No, not anymore.
And kangaroo doesn't take long to cook, does it?
No, it should be cooked medium because it's a wild meat, and if it's cooked too long, it'll toughen up and tighten up, so it'll be very tough. So it's best to be cooked medium, but it doesn't take very long at all, about a minute and a half.
And it's a healthy meat, isn't it, kangaroo?
Yeah, absolutely. Like less than 1% fat, and
Wow.
It's full of protein. It's one of the highest protein meats there is actually, and no hormones or anything artificial. They're all wild, so natural grasses. And yeah.
Have you been busy today?
Yeah, it's been pretty busy actually. Just a little bit of a line up there, which was good. But yeah, the other thing about the kangaroo is has CLA, which is another chemical which can help reduce cholesterol and certain cancers in the body as well. So.
Okay, here goes. Wow, it's really tender, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is tasty. Do you have anything you want to say to the camera about the food festival?
No.
But you're enjoying it?
Yeah.
Well, that's the main thing anyway.
Well, basically today I have a variety of cupcakes and some biscuit cake. There's Guinness and Bailey's, strawberry, pink vanilla, cola, chocolate and yummy carrot. It's just a variety of what I do. I supply locally in Tralee and Dingle for different events and things like that. So.
Brilliant. And how are you getting on so far today?
Very well. It's very early in the morning still and it's flying already. So I hope I have enough stock to last for the day, or else I'll have a late night again tonight baking. So.
And are you here again tomorrow?
Here again tomorrow, yeah, bright and early.
Brilliant. Well, Dee, we wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Well, basically each year we do this, and we get it from the fishing industry. The local fishing industry supply us with all the fish, and all the processors supply us with some processed fish. This year we have a novelty, but basically what it is to give people an opportunity to taste the likes of tuna, shark, all the different species that they don't get, because people don't believe that tuna come up here, but they do, and they're caught by local trawlers, and the fishermen donate the fish for us. And from that then, if there is a charity available, we donate all the money to the charity. And we have a very good team of celebrity chefs here.
I could see, yeah.
A lot of other people that are helping out. We're very successful. I'd say we are the top attraction in the Food and Wine Festival. More people come to our table, but it's all for a good cause, basically. It's the charity of a year, and people are very good. They give their time. For 2 days we're here, and people give their time, and we're thankful to people that give their money for it.
We're here with Marie at the Dingle Fudge stand in the Farmers Market. Thank you for talking to us, Marie. Right. Can you tell us a little bit about what you have on your stall today?
I make chutney, jam and marmalade and fudge.
And fudge, wow. And how is it going for you?
It's going very well.
And when did you get started with this fudge?
I started in April, and now it's a food festival and 6 months on, and it's well beyond any of my expectation.
Brilliant. And can you tell us a little bit of how you make the fudge?
It's a secret.
I'm going to be so full today. Well, the Bailey's one is amazing. It's so smooth. So we're here with Mary Davis, who's running for president. Mary, how are you enjoying the Dingle Food and Wine Festival?
Great, fantastic. I've just arrived actually, got a lovely warm welcome, big applause when I arrived from all my supporters that have turned out here to meet me, and I'm really looking forward now to walking around the town. I was here actually during the summer. I was down in Killarney and Dingle for a couple of days break, and what a place to come. I mean, it's absolutely magnificent.
And
the ambience,
yeah.
the feel, the restaurants, and I can't wait now to go around to all the wonderful stalls as part of the food and wine festival.
Is there anyone in particular that you're hoping to get to?
Well, I'm just going to be looking. I'm hoping to get around to them all actually, but
there's 63 of them, so
there's 63 of them.
You have your work cut out for you today.
I'm here for a couple of hours, so I'm going to, and it's a beautiful day as well.
It is, luckily, yeah.
It's a little bit dark, but I think it'll be okay.
At least it's dry.
At least it's dry.
Yeah,
exactly.
brilliant.
Yeah, it's great.
So all the best anyway, and thanks very much for talking to us. Scrogall TV, we're a local community station here.
Fantastic.
So scroggalltv.org.
I think local community stations like that are fantastic, particularly for elderly people as well, you know, who mightn't get a chance to get out that much. I had an aunt living in the west of Ireland, and she used to always say, I'll never be alone as long as I have the local community radio or TV. So there you go.
Hello, John. How are you today?
Hey, how are you? Didn't recognise you. Jeez.
Are you enjoying the food festival?
I am so far.
What culinary delights have you been eating today?
A Greek veggie galette. I don't know what it is, but
what is a galette?
It seems like a very big crepe.
The difference, the batter is made of buckwheat flour, eggs, salt, and water. There is no milk into the mix, so it's sweet, gluten, and dairy-free.
Well, that looks like a very healthy galette. What did you have with the chocolate?
Fudge, strawberries, and marshmallows.
One thing about the festival which came to our attention were comments regarding the prices of some of the samples on offer. Some people thought the prices were a bit high considering that it was a promotion of foodstuffs and that similar promotions in supermarkets are generally free gratis in order to increase business. Well, we'll see what happens next year. Now to the next story. Although every week brings us another natural disaster, from the recent earthquake in Turkey to the ongoing famine in the Horn of Africa and even the unseasonable floods here at home. Many disasters disappear off the media radar as each new disaster takes precedence. Haiti is one such example where a powerful earthquake wreaked havoc in January 2010, leaving thousands dead and hundreds of thousands homeless. One local man, though, has not forgotten the effects of that disaster and is still volunteering his building experience to help the people of Haiti. I went to find out more about this man and his travels to Haiti. Díomh agus fáilte an seo go ceantrá, háid siomh tógála enough, mar háid chun cainte le fear ón fáin, Muiris Firtear, tógálaí a bhfuil chun dul chuig Haiti an tachtain se chuin chun cabhrú leis an carthanach Haven. Dús, an bheith fá chuirsií síanamh an 6 obair a dhéanaan Haven?
Well, grúpa sé tá habh trúna cethar chud is smód a bh chorcaí sé agus bhil iad le chéile agus just has níidir go bliana hin agus bhil iad simime áí herigid agus chuir lena chéilinn san agus chotar amach agus dhéchad timppel agus choríidir coppla áte mó chun dul atógann teann agus asan san chuidir scéal amach bhharach tógálaí agus snéanata hansa. So
thosa tú ag obair leo tuiscreibh bhí siad a chur tógálaí chun dul amachchan nó?
Well is le fearr fin bear cethe leo le clia agus bhí sé siúd am hanna leo agus ghear sé siúdrum dul amach agus chós amach.
Agus an bhéad fá chur síos íanamh lá tipiciúil a chahan tú an?
Well, bhí míad a gcolla tintainna cúigur díos gachan tint agus a dí mar timp leir cúige maidin agus bhíon copáinte agin agus bhí míad a gobar sé.
Agus an míonn sé dechar cumarsáidí anamh le daine na háteann?
Well, ní mór a bhainte bhí an lotha because bhí mar stíige gampa bhí timp sé acra talóna agus just coppla daine áin a bhí go bhrú timp a linn. Well, ní bheith mí stábhatar because Frankíis an tanga agus ó.
So ní líon Frankíis go tú
ná ní fós a
agus cénsáis cnílacha marachtáile a bhfuil na daine ó Haiti?
Well, jeez, ní feice go rot cíanna bhígan éid sé timp ráí bliana óine a mágus ód. Ní letrachs ná letrachas ná feictí agus náí ní feice go.
Agus an míon na hippacha dúnacha marachtains na cníalcha céanna nó?
No, ní bhíon sel pí a bheagn sa bhela gine áid. Well, stige femar ví ará dó stige tinte ranamína códís gachan tint agus pregan chuine agus chuin ceol agus coppla dechas lí agus rodí mar sin, but no, ní á selkís of maha gnne mohan sedation.
Agus cena a bheith tú ann?
Well, timppel hocht lá ebríine míide mohan. Well, ebrí mí gahan lá hí mí da lei. Tipo bháir chuidí agus.
Sé sean tarnúir há tú dolamachchanna?
Ja, ví sem mohan na brand so caite hanna. Bhí me le dolamach mí me an fór hanna ag bhí calar amthán agus gur chu ceala so chumar amach san na brand san.
Agus mar sem míon éon sean a goibh se crack a bheith a goibh nó a múlann si bhlé an 6 charactéirian nó?
Bhil fá bhfuil mar leis an lena an tagann siad isteach anúntaí chuúna agus bín siad ras módan don na campán go bhí míad gobar i maithan bín siad a lorug isce smó hín siad a lorugrin ná íon líon feice gáin a cinn siad sin na ggólis ceann. Mar óla míad mór an isce na míad gaban bín seanna héir fadan. Bhí cúpla lá bhí mar bhí sé da sé degrés agus sinna ddíar go brú an.
Sin te
bhí sé te go man áráid.
Agus an féad leat aráún conas go féad linne cabhrú libse nó Johnta síú thuirt an rud?
Well, cá gachan daine gine chead €1,000 díle don amach. So
bhfuil tú taréis sé sin na bhaliú nó é
bhilís chud an trosa dílas mé héanana tros remission. Jesus fuilm bheitthe bailú fuilm bheitthe lorug. Well, probably grain amach ríiste má bhíon ceanna len áráid, but just sé ná big bíon ceann dannacha, but ní go.
Agus cén fá go bhfuil sé an ceann déirnacht an bhfuil héamh na críochnú suas nó i Haiti nó?
Yeah, I'd say probably not well, but because ha Americanig dóisteach chuma hanni sean, break ha grŵp Americanig dóisteach sé sinni chiad nóntra sawn. But femra vís ará, I'd say gwil aglor a daidi tuch feici machta yn dyn mahon.
Teigem, yeah. Gur míle maigad mar seas caintelinn thásúlgam go airíonn go gealibh agus ó gachéine an is Scrogall fair play rih mar thásár obair á dhéanamh agat. So gur míle maigad.
Maigad.
Okay. So pubs across Ireland, and especially rural pubs, have been hit hard in recent times by a combination of things, such as stricter drink driving laws, the smoking ban, along with cheaper alcohol available in supermarkets. To counteract this fall in customer numbers, many pubs now organise events to attract custom. One pub that has had a number of festival weekends this year is Páidí O'Shea's or the Bóthar. Pio can be seen erecting signs along the Slayhead Drive from early mornings to publicise these events. The second weekend in October witnessed the Dingle Peninsula Vintage Car Rally for the second year running. We went along to find out more about these jalopies and their owners.
actually Mike Donegan, and I'm actually from the tSúil Vintage Club. Unfortunately, our president, Dominic Tracy, on our way down to the event this morning became ill, and we had to send him back home, so I'd more or less to take over his whole responsibility. As I say, you know, there's a lot of work on organising this run. Accommodation, make sure that everybody's looked after, dinner tickets and everything like that. And who was very, very helpful here to us on organising all that was John O'Sullivan. The thing about it is actually all this actually started 12 months ago, and we set up a committee actually one night in Cork. Paddy actually got on to our own chairman, Dominic Tracy, and really this is how it all began. We had 50 odd cars last year, so unfortunately due to sort of the bad weather this weekend we hadn't as many cars, but we have 40 odd cars which we're very, very happy with. From our own club we were supposed to have 26 cars down here, whereas we actually only wound up I think with about 20 or 21. All the cars that are down this weekend, there's a lot of them in the 70s. We've a couple of cars I think going back to the 60s, and I think there's a few cars in the 50s as well. You know, so there's a good blend of cars there. Most of the cars they met here at 10:30 this morning, and they were coming in say from 10:30 up to 12 o'clock. After 12 o'clock then we set out on a route that was actually done out by John O'Sullivan. We had a midterm break. Don't ask me actually that the place I can't, off the top of my head I can't think of it. Very good. Yeah. And we stopped there actually for about an hour, and we left there then and we went into Dingle. When we were parked there inside in Dingle today, a couple of busloads of tourists came in. There was one busload from Holland, and I mean to say the amount of photographs that was taken of the cars, and to me especially with a place like Dingle and everything like that, you know, it is great to have these, you know, because it probably helps tourism as well. So we have arrived back here now and everybody's relaxed and looking forward to the big gala night tonight. I've actually 7 or 8 cars. You know, it's like a drug. It's like smoking cigarettes. You know, it's the same thing. You know. And you know, it's very hard to get it out of the bloodstream, like, you know. I'm actually doing up a Mark 5 Cortina. It was in bad nick, so I've staged photographs of it, you know, when I bought the car, and it's something to look back on after. So the car, please God, this time next year it will be here. Actually, you know, just as we're down in this particular area, going back to Ryan's daughter, actually Dominic has we call it the bus or the truck that was involved in that. He actually has that, so he's in the procedure at the moment of totally restoring it. The car actually that I'm driving today is a 1975 Mark 1 1300E Escort. I bought the car in England about 7 to 8 years ago. I actually bought it from a policeman. The car actually belonged to his wife, but actually he was delighted actually to see the car coming to Ireland, because he just didn't want to see it driving along London. Himself and his wife actually called to see the car about 2 years ago, you know. So, and you know, it was sort of a very sad occasion, because actually to see his wife actually crying when she was departing from the car. One of the conditions they actually sold me the car was that I would keep the car. So I made him that promise, and I have actually a son, Ross, who's actually 17, 18 years of age. He's actually here with us today, so after me, I think the car is good. Well, he says it's his already, you know, so that's it.
Now, the RTE TV series Other Voices has certainly boosted Dingle's profile as a popular destination for Ireland's newest and best up-and-coming artists and bands to showcase their talent. She's a Beauty are one such band. Hailing from Maynooth in County Kildare, they recently launched their debut EP, Champagne and Skittles. The band played on Connor Bar at the end of September, and our Dublin correspondent, Eva, went along to talk to them and to find out how they enjoyed their performance here in Dingle.
It's been a long, long time.
Agus fáilte chuig aglah na míosa le telefi Scrogall. Now here at me in studio I have four-piece band all the way from Maynooth in County Kildare, She's a Beauty. So welcome guys. Now Rob, you're here beside me, so I'll get you to introduce yourself and the rest of the band.
I'm Robert. I'm on lead guitar, backing vocals. This is Cathal here. He's our main man up the front. He's on rhythm guitar and main vocal. And Jamie over here is our bass player. He's on the bass.
Very good. He's on the bass, very good. Now to go back to your musical backgrounds, each of you, starting with you Rob, how did you get into music?
It first started, I suppose I got a guitar at like 12, 13 years of age, and I kind of, did a little work, learned a few chords, and then from that, I just kind of, got really into old blues and stuff like that, and then, got myself an electric guitar, and I just thought that was the best thing ever, like. And then from that, then I just, wanted to be in a band. I suppose that's where that takes me up to now, like, Yeah. I suppose that's the same for all of us, though. We all really pretty much started at a young age, but like, you only get more serious as you get a better player, like, and you want to move further on, like,
Same for yourself, Carl, is it?
Yeah, same, yeah. All my brothers and sisters, like, all older brothers and sisters all play guitar and stuff, so I just got inspired by them, really.
Very good.
Started playing away.
And you too, Jamie?
I don't really know, it just happened.
It just happened, yeah.
You just landed with the bass one day, and it's like, Jesus, I can play this really well, like.
I know you've all come together as musicians, but tell us how She's a Beauty formed. How did the band come together?
Well, we formed in like mid-2009.
Okay.
But we played, in separate bands and with each other previous. Like, it was always, for us when we first started off, it was always like, oh, we go for a jam, like,
Yeah.
And then after, you do so many jams, you're kind of like, right, we can put together songs, like, So Jamie and Cathal there, they were in college at the time. They just kind of found a load of time to kind of sit down, write them out.
As you do in college, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else do we do? Like,
Nice.
But after that, then like we went up to Sligo then, and we have this like small cottage up there, and we brought up all like a trailer load of gear, and we just set up everything. We just kind of locked ourselves in there.
Yeah.
And then it was like, we came out with all our pre-production done for like that record there. So we decided we'd go into the studio and like a year and a half later and record it properly, and we got in like Martin Healy from our house to produce it and stuff like that. Like, so we'd done the songs for so long, like we'd only had our own ears on them. And we really wanted to, make it some sort of a breakthrough on the Irish independent scene, like. So we had to kind of get someone in to kind of give it another eye and another ear.
Well, I think you're starting to do that. But tell us where the name came from, She's a Beauty.
Just had a big list of names, and that was the top of the list.
Okay.
Was either that or Mountain Crack, was it?
There's a lot of ridiculous names.
In the time we were up in Sligo, we'd done a lot of thinking about, names for the bands, and
we kind of came back and said we had to have a name because that's when we knew we wanted to actually gig, so we knew we didn't want to waste our time gigging under like a name that we changed 6 months later, so we just said decided.
Yeah.
And it works because it's just a description of something, it's not a name for the band.
So describe the band's music for us. The boys describe you as rock, but I want you to describe it for us.
Yeah, it goes a little deeper than that, like with everything, like, you could say that like a lot of the music we listen to is influences our playing, but we wouldn't say that. Like, we'd be quite, I suppose, to put a category on it, like it's psychedelia, like it's psychedelia rock, like, but there's tinges of jazz, there's tinges of
folk songs,
and because everybody was like, like I was a strap blues player for years, like, you know, and Farley was really into like singer-songwriter thing, and he didn't. Yeah, pour your heart out stuff. Yeah, that's it. But like, you know, he dropped the acoustic for a bit and just kind of focused on the electric. Became like a really unique player then, like, you know, on the electric guitar, like, because he, you know, like we had a lot of different stuff to work with, like, you know, and in the studio you get quite inspired and stuff like that, like, so.
Going on to your music, you've just launched your debut EP, Champagne and Skittles. Tell us about the launch and how it's gone down. What's the reaction been like?
I thought it went fucking brilliant, actually. Yeah, okay. It was great. Yeah, we had a great turnout. How many people? Any idea?
It holds 5. There was about 400 people.
The Workers' Club was pretty much full, nearly full. Crowd bopping up and down, crowd surfing, people getting thrown left and right.
Good.
Poor Stephen Beaton.
You get like, on like the run up to it, like you get like, oh, we got everything, you know, sorted, and we'd guest players on the night, like Harry Oliver was on keys and stuff like that, and you get like really, I don't know, agitated and like this kind of little feel of anxiety as well, like, because you know this is the night and all this kind of stuff, and you're worrying about, will the people come, and you know, how's the record going to take off tomorrow? Is it going to have bad reviews? Is it going to have good reviews? So there's multiple feelings going on, like, but we went through it, like, and by the time like it was started and finished like that, like, you know, it was over, and then it was just like, right, we just got to plod on to the next page.
Like a wedding.
And who writes all the songs for you? Who writes? Is it yourself, Carl?
I write most of it, I'd say. Like, just like, I come up with ideas and stuff. We all work on it, and it all changes drastically. Like, you know, I never stick with it one thing. Like.
Very good. And what about, like, for example, Broken Bottles? You know, what would inspire you to write a song?
Broken bottles and empty hands. Can I call on the floor that I can't see anymore?
During, like, you know, when we were in primary school. Post-primary school.
Primary
school. Yeah, we started that early.
And it actually meant a lot to everyone, you know, and
it's a lamenting song about missing your friends, kind of.
Yeah,
we still got a lot of people.
I'd say that song was like, it was written when we were all like just leaving school. Yeah. So, like, the few years later, when it's now that it's recorded, like, we friends that are just all over the world, all over the country, you might never see again, like, and when they got, like, now they can listen to this, and it just kind of brings them back. So, like, in a way, like, you know, it's their own little personal song, like, and in a way it could be an anthem for people, like, you know, that listen to us. In another way, people can listen to and relate to it, like, you know, it's just like, oh, that reminds me when I was in school doing that, you know.
Good.
Acting around.
Now, most recently I saw you down in Dingle. Tell us about that tour.
That's right.
You played in the Connor?
The Connor, yeah. John had us up there. Dingle was great, like, it's different, like, because we're used to playing, like, you know, Dublin, Dane Quarter, you know, a lot of stuff in Navan and Sligo and stuff like that, like, so each place for us up until Dingle was the same. You go in, you set up, you do your 2-hour show, you break down into the car and you're home, like. But with Dingle, we realised we couldn't do that because it's, like, you know, right down south. So it was like, right, we're just going to pack up, we'll go down, we'll jump in the car, we'll go down, you know, and we'll figure it out from there. And, like, just being down there for the weekend that we were down there, like, everybody was just kind of like, oh, that's the band that's up, you know, from Dublin, like, you know. And John out of the Connor pub, took care of us, you know, put us up in the house. You know, it was just really nice. Like, it wasn't like a gig, you know. It was like a little holiday. Like, you don't really get that feeling that much when you're doing gigs, like, because after a while, that feeling wears off. Like,
as you said, Dingle is way down south. So why come to Dingle?
A few things. It wasn't Fungi that brought us down anyway.
Disappointed to hear that.
Yeah, I know, most people are. I suppose, you know, with other voices, and that place being so hot right now, and no one actually touching off it and trying to break in. Like, obviously, you know, bands that are on Other Voices and stuff like that are getting on because you know they've sold such and such amount of records and they're getting a lot of radio play. But we're solely about you know if there's any cracks, we're going to get in there. Like, you know, we'll get our music out. You know, there. if anything like 5-6 people might have seen us down in Dingle, bought the record, listened to the record. But if we kind of constantly touch off Dingle, you know, eventually, you know, somehow maybe someone might go, right, would you like to do the other voices? You seem to be quite hot around here, like.
So
but you know, you can't just other voices will because we believe it's one of these things now in Irish music, like Irish music scene, that you know you record gigs, like this whole thing of like seeing a band play their set live, you know, especially a band that's popular, and in the other voices kind of, you know, they did it in the church.
It looks like a right setting for us.
It just looks like the right place for us to do a gig, like, you know, and it just seems like, you know, one of those kind of things, like, you know, if we were to do it, like, we reckon we'd have a nice little breakthrough then, like, you know. Like, obviously, like, we're going on to record other tracks, like, so it wouldn't be necessarily to do it with the EP we're touring now or we're working on now, but, you know, in the future, you know, it would be something that we'd like to do, like. X Factor would kind of work out really well. We haven't got a good enough sob story either, like, you know. So
Yes.
There's a few, like, it's a tricky little game, like, you know, like when you're releasing stuff, because you don't want to release something it to be a great song and just vanish in the dust, like, you know, you need to, if that song says, you know, you must drive it down this route, you must go down that route with this song, like, you know. There's no certain way to do things either, you know, but, you know, new ideas and with internet and stuff like that, and, you know, like things like you're doing here yourself, and just kind of pushes on, like, the inspiration to kind of push that sound just a little bit more, like.
And for people in Dingle who want to get a copy of your EP, where is it available?
It's down in Maz's record store in Dingle, just across from the church.
Just crossing the church, yeah. So the copy there.
We went in there and had a wee chat with her and played on her sessions in store. So there's a video of Cahill and Tomo playing a few acoustic songs.
Very good.
Yeah, that's great, Greg. She's lovely. She is quite
she
the character.
Yeah, Maz is a big character around Dingle. Champagne and Skittles, where did the name come from?
Civilised madness.
Yeah.
Civilised madness. Very good.
You know.
Yeah, that's
I
a good concept.
I heard someone say it in work and I just thought it was hilarious.
Actually, Maz thought it was pretty funny as well.
Yeah. Champagne and Skittles.
It's a name you'd actually remember anyway. Very good name.
Yeah.
So, apart from that, on the internet, where is your music available?
For download or streaming on SoundCloud or Bandcamp.
And then
YouTube is a great place, you know, to find our music, any new videos, you know. We try to be as interactive as we can. Like, we have, like, you know, videos of us just, you know, from 2009 till now. We have a new video coming out by Daxon Photography. He's doing this kind of like a montage of through the years of where it's been brought up to now, and then obviously the singles, the Christmas number 1, which will be released like the 4th or the 8th of December, will be up for like streaming, and it'll be up on YouTube as a video. We're going to have some little quirky video going along with the song. Like.
So lastly and most importantly, are you coming back to play in Dingle again?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully now, if all goes well, we can get down there just after Christmas, like January, February. Try to keep it into January. Like, we'd like to do a small launch down there maybe for the new songs, new singles, like. And once again, like, you know, if we can get in the door of other voices, you know, just turn up someday, just start setting up and tuning up, you know, and just be like, we're the band tonight, like, you know.
Very good.
Go on.
Probably chances are we'll turn to the wrong church.
Yeah, turn up with the wrong church.
I'm sure you wouldn't be the first band to do it.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Well, guys, thanks very much for coming in to see us here at Scrogall.
Thanks very much, Eva. Thanks for having us.
Well, Sinné Deireadh le Aglaibh na Míosa with She's a Beauty. We'll be back next month. Slán go fóill.
We now introduce a new item to the programme, which is a roundup of local news. We hope to expand this in the future, and if anybody has an event that falls in the first week of the month, we'd like to hear from you. Now to this month's short roundup. Well, local news was dominated by the effects of the heavy rains which fell on Sunday the 23rd of October. Flood damage was widespread, especially west of Dingle and specifically Dhuibhneach, where there were at least 6 separate landslides or approximately 30 acres of land. The floods caused widespread damage and closed the Slayhead Drive to traffic for several days. Along with Dhuibhneach, areas around Firtear were badly affected, and Tigrick, along with the adjoining houses, were submerged in several feet of water. With further heavy rainfall forecast for this week, we hope the relevant authorities take appropriate action to prevent any further escalation of what could be a life-threatening scenario. This weekend saw the start of the Kerry Film Festival, and one of the highlights for us here on the peninsula will be the premiering of Marbh Fiúntrá. The 100-minute film, the brainchild of local director Eva Ní Shúilleabháin of Dhuibhneach, details the lives and experiences of local male characters from Ventry and its hinterland. The film will premiere in the Phoenix Cinema here in Dingle on Thursday, November 3rd at 8 p.m. Tickets are priced at €8 and we would like to wish Brenda every success with that. The backdrop you see behind me comes from the well-known local artist tSúil Dhuibhneach from Groig. tSúil's works are currently on display in Lab na Manastrach and in the Green Lane Gallery. Last month we neglected to mention that Brenda O'Shea supplied the landscape photograph for the first use of the backdrop format. Well, anybody out there who is a budding photographer and would like to have one of your photos displayed in future programmes, please email them to us or drop them in here to Coolleen. Now, considering we're celebrating Halloween and starting into Mina Marbh, we're going to finish with a piece, a short, light-hearted piece produced by one of our crews.
Hello. Scrogall team is here today in Kilmakedar. Kilmakedar is situated 5 miles north of Dingle, and the history of the site is associated with Saint Brandon, but is thought to have been founded by Saint Malkedar. We are now in a 12th century Romanesque church. It is a spectacular early Christian and medieval...
Something at the window.
Take 2. Scrogall team is here today in Kilmakedar. Kilmakedar is situated 5 miles north of Dingle, and the history of the site is associated...
Somebody's at the window again. We're going to have to...
Oh, for God's sake, who's there? Do you want to check?
Shall we just go outside and try somewhere else?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you know it. The stone cross, take 5. The stone cross is standing at 2.5 meters. During excavation, it has been formed
Okay, what was that?
I don't know. That's spectacular early Christian site.
What's that over there?
Hello? Excuse me!
Right. Okay, where is he? Damn, he's gone again.
Oh jeez, wait, I go on the other side to try his...
It's on.
The legend says if you can squeeze through this window, you will go to heaven. I'm going to try.
Now that's this edition of tSúil Dhuibhneach. We hope you enjoyed it. Slán agus banach liv. Happy Halloween, everyone.